Hi, my name's Damian Trujillo. I'm somebody in long-term recovery from drugs and alcohol. I've been sober since November 1st, 2008. Prior to me getting sober, my life was a chaotic mess. Started using drugs and started drinking when I was a teenager. Life got out of control pretty quickly. Started getting incarcerated. Started hurting people that I cared about, and it seemed like I couldn't stop. By age 18, 19, I'd already hurt everybody that came into my life. I've been in some programs, been arrested more times than I can count. And at age 19, I got sentenced to Utah State Prison. The next 11, 12 years was a vicious cycle of going in and out of jail, in and out of prison. Seemed like no matter how bad I wanted to stop, I couldn't stop. I constantly woke up feeling this hurt and this pain inside of me. I hated being me. I hated the life that I was living. I hated that I was unable to change. I hated that I kept letting down the people that loved me. I hated that my mom and dad were hurting, and I never received any help. So I kept going in and out of jail and in and out of prison. And on December 27th of 2008, I entered the Haven. I didn't know what to expect when I first entered the Haven. I'd never done treatment before. I had no idea what it was going to look like. Everything was foreign to me. And I was full of fear, full of excitement because I was excited to make some changes, but I didn't know what that was going to look like. Every morning we'd wake up and we'd go on these walks. And after the walk, we'd circle up. And as we were circling up, we'd give each person a hug. At first, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to hug people. I didn't know these people. I didn't trust them. And I was like that my whole entire life. I didn't trust people. So I'd give them these real superficial hugs, kind of like a little pat on the back and then a little push away. And as the days went by, we'd sit in the groups at the Haven and we'd process stuff. And I had group members that were talking about some significant tragic stuff that happened in their lives. They were talking about how they were raped or how they were molested or how their mom had passed away or how their dad had passed away. And as they were processing the stuff, they'd get emotional. Something started changing in me. What started changing in me is I started feeling love for these people. I started feeling empathy. I'd choke up as they were choking up, and I'd shed a couple tears, and I didn't really understand it all, but I know every morning as the days went by, as we were going through on these walks, these hugs became less and less superficial. Like I began to love these people in my group. Those became less like this and more of an embrace. My life began to transform, and I began to change as a person. I was fortunate that I went there because the staff, at the time that I'd gone through there, all the staff members that were working there at the time had been former residents of the Haven. And so that means they were drug addicts and they were alcoholics like I was. I trusted them. I believed what they had to say. I trusted their opinions, and I let them start to work with me. And because of that, my life started to change significantly pretty quickly. I graduated the Haven in 67 days, and I made a choice to go into their transitional sober living. And I hit their sober living, and I was so used to living the life that I was living before. Like everything hit me all at once. I didn't know how to live sober. Like I did all right while I was in treatment. I made those relationships, but I didn't know how to live life outside of treatment. Like I spent a good portion of my life in jail and in prison. And so normal everyday stuff was overwhelming and exhausting for me. And for that first year that I was sober, while I was living in their sober living, times got hard. There was times where I thought about killing myself, and those thoughts came quite often. Heather Chase, she made a point to make sure I was up out of bed and I was at the Haven doing service work every morning because she knew that I suffered with a severe depression, and she knew that I was suicidal, and she knew by doing that little bit of work that I would change, and that's what happened. As the depression became less and less, I became more and more happy. I got more and more involved. And since I've graduated the Haven, I've done some amazing things. I've gone to school. Like I got my GED when I was in prison when I was 21 years old. Prior to that, I quit participating in school in the sixth grade. I've been in college for 4 years. I've been able to start up my own businesses. I became a substance abuse counselor. I've been advocating on a national level for substance abuse, mental health issues. I've advocated on a state level, and I've done a lot of really cool things. I've made a lot of really neat friends. And I stay involved in the recovery community at the Haven. Like I still go there 1, 2, 3 times a week. The reason why I do that is because I love that place so much. I know that there's so much love that happens there. Lives change there. My best friends are Haven graduates. I'm just proud. I'm proud to be proud to be a Havenite. I'm so lucky that I was assessed to go there. I'm so lucky that I walked into the rooms of the Haven. It's introduced me to the 12-step community. It's introduced me to relationships with my family. It's given me an amazing life. My mom and dad used to worry about me every single day of my life. They were worried that I was going to go out there and I was going to kill myself, or I was going to die in the streets, or I was going to die of a drug overdose, or I was going to pick up a charge that was going to send me to prison for a really long time. And I can tell you now that my mom and dad don't worry about me. They're so happy about who their son has become. My mom and dad love the Haven just as much as I love the Haven. So in the last 8 years, I haven't been arrested one time. I haven't spent one day in jail. I was able to get off probation successfully. Been able to change my life. My mom and dad sleep good at night knowing that I'm safe. And they know that I'm safe because I'm sober and because I went through a place called the Haven, and I was able to change my life, and I've been able to do some great, amazing things. I'm so happy for the life that I get to live today. I'm so happy. I'm so fortunate and so lucky, and I don't know why I got lucky. I got assessed to go in the Haven. I had no idea what the Haven was. I had no idea that I was going to go into a place that was going to change my life forever. That's what it did. Changed my life forever. Man, I'm lucky. I'm so lucky. So if you or somebody that you love or care about is struggling with drug addiction or alcoholism, the Haven is a great place to make that start to change your life, to change their life. Since I graduated the Haven, I've had cousins that have gone to the Haven, family members, great friends. I recommend it to everybody, and and I do that because I know what it's done for me, and I see it making changes in so many people's lives. Thank you, the Haven. Thank you for this life that you've given me.